Extra, extra, read all about it. Some truths about being an entrepreneur. Hi, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Stephanie, and this is the Keys to Success series for entrepreneurs. So, if you are considering becoming an entrepreneur, new to being an entrepreneur, or a veteran in the game, this video is for you. So, the truths that I discovered about being an entrepreneur, truth number one is that it is so important to be aware of ourselves as multidimensional beings. What do I mean by that? I mean that it is so important for us to, as entrepreneurs, be aware of all the pieces that make us us because we are the business, right? And so, making sure that we are aware of our physical health, our nutrition, our movement, our sleep, which can be impacted depending on the industry that we're in and the level that we're at, the point at which we are, whether we're building or establishing or researching, right? And so, as entrepreneurs, a truth that I had to learn was that it's important to focus, physical, mental. How is my mind? How are my thoughts? Where am I focused? Am I clear? Am I able to strategize, plan, get to that next level? Emotional. Do I feel capable? Do I feel confident? Do I feel worthy? Or am I struggling with doubt or fear or anxiety related to success or failure? Really could be reasons that some of these things come up. And so, not just thinking about those dimensions, but also considering financial. What do I need to make sure that I have in place for my business to make sense, for my business to be sustainable, for my journey to continue as an entrepreneur? Should I desire that to be how I make my living and share my purpose in the world, right? And so, um, thinking about those dimensions, but also not wanting people to forget about and not forgetting about for myself the spiritual aspect. So, thinking about and recognizing that it is such a risk to become an entrepreneur. It doesn't matter how much money your family has. It doesn't matter how much intelligence you have. It doesn't matter how many connections you have. If it ain't right, it ain't right. And there is nothing that can be done about it, right? And so, if you are not on a solid, stable spiritual foundation, in whatever way that looks like for you, not encouraging you to choose a specific spiritual foundation, but along this entrepreneurial journey, a truth that I had to learn and embody in order to really start to expand as an entrepreneur was the importance of leaning and building a foundation in the spiritual in addition to the financial, social, physical, mental, emotional, etc. And so, number two, the truth that I learned about being an entrepreneur is that there is no way around failure. It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. Accept it as a fact at the beginning and decide, determine, explore what you gonna do about it. right? Because again, it's going to happen. It doesn't matter how prepared you are. Being an entrepreneur is a risk for lots of reasons. It's, you know, other people who are doing similar things. It's understanding what are the needs. It's changing needs. It's competition with companies and all of these factors that can come into play. But regardless of what specific obstacle you find yourself coming up against, it's so important to remember that there is no perfect. There is no 100%. There will always, always, always be failure. There will always be no's. There will always be misses. There will always be investments, whether it be in coming up with ideas that don't come into fruition or testing out products that clients or customers are like, no, thank you. And you were like, oh, shoot, I just knew this was going to hit, right? And so being okay with trying things out. And for me, I had to really consider it as a game. How can I be the the most successful as an entrepreneur while also having fun? Because although I did not want to become an entrepreneur at first, the further along my journey, I recognized like there is no other place for me. A lot of these environments that I would have found myself in just were not a fit for me, whether it be values misalignment or energetic misalignment or whatever. And so the space that I can be my best self and be in my purpose the best and the most expansively is within my own business. And so that was truth number 2 that I had to learn about being an entrepreneur. And truth number 3 about being an entrepreneur is that it is so important to be clear about why it is that you want to be an entrepreneur while also holding space for the change that is inevitable along the journey, right? And so, like I was mentioning before, I did not plan to be an entrepreneur. I was dragged into it. The idea was dropped into my head, and I was pushed into starting to take the steps 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago. And I didn't understand then that it was going to become necessary for me to have that space to grow and develop, because my why was always to make and leave a positive impact in the world. And so it didn't matter in what way I did that. It didn't matter under what title or role I did that under. It was my intention. It is my intention to make a positive impact on the world. And so what that has looked like has shifted and mutated and transformed over time. And I am so grateful because I have learned all of these things about me. And although there are so many things that I wish I had known before becoming an entrepreneur, and if you'd like to check that out, feel free to check out the video to learn more about those things. But along the way, sorry if I hit my mic, along the way, I have learned so many invaluable lessons, and I am grateful that I had my why kind of in my mind while also being open to adapting, changing, learning, desiring new things along the way. So, what truths have you learned about being an entrepreneur? I love for you to share in the comments. And if you would like resources to support you along your journey, feel free to explore the link in the comments for additional resources and support of whatever I got going at the time. I love you. I appreciate you. You are doing badass work, and baby, I appreciate you for rocking with me along your journey of understanding what are the keys to success as an entrepreneur. My name is Stephanie. I will see you in the next video. Peace.